Hello, this is Natasha von Imhof, Senator for Senate District L, and today is part 4 of the video newsletter, and today we're talking about the different choices and how it affects the Alaska Permanent Fund, the state's nest egg. So, in endowment and sovereign wealth fund models all around the world, a 5% annual draw based on the market value of the total fund has proven to be sustainable over time. Any draw over 5%, the fund begins to erode over time. The Alaska Permanent Fund, our nest egg, can still grow if we are disciplined and never take more than 5% from the fund each year. For the fiscal year 2022 governor's proposed budget, the Dunleavy administration is proposing to take $1.2 billion to pay a $1,900 dividend from last year, another $2.2 billion to pay a statutory PFD for this year, and both those are on top of the regular $3.06 billion, that's the 5% draw, that we are already scheduled to take for this year's dividend, for this year's POMV draw, and the $3.1 billion for next year's POMV draw starting in July, a little over 3 months from now. So this is a very large amount that could be taken from the fund, well over 5%, in a mere 6 months. The governor's proposal also proposes to take a 50-50 split of the draw going forward, where half of the draw will go towards paying a dividend and the other half will go towards essential government services. So the Legislative Finance Division did model the governor's assumptions, and this is this next slide. So you can see the descending green bar. If we take these additional large draws from the fund, per the governor's recommendation, the permanent fund earnings reserve account, the only accessible funds left, essentially it's our last nest egg, disappears by 2027. Not only that, the governor's proposal leaves the state with a huge annual deficits of billions of dollars going forward. So this is an additional warning. If there is no effective spending cap in place, and if the legislature does not change the calculation of the permanent fund dividend to something that can be affordable over time, there is nothing stopping the legislature from decimating our nest egg. The other option is, if we stay the course and only take the structured 5% draw each year, the fund can increase over time, and that's the orange plus the blue. If we take ad hoc draws to pay a large dividend, back dividends, or for any other purpose, then we forego the orange, and it's just the blue, which you can see, the fund begins to decrease. This will invariably force very large taxes on all Alaskans, and it will require both an income tax and a sales tax to be paid to cover a gap this large. Most families will pay far more than they would receive in a dividend. It is critical that we must strategically spend our finite state dollars to help fund essential services to make sure Alaskans are educated, safe, and have access to jobs. A large dividend may feed a family for a few months, but a job feeds a family for the full year. It is imperative that we focus on jobs and getting Alaskans back to work. Thank you.